Right guys, I thought I'd done a couple of videos of this yesterday. Oh, it's been driving me nuts. Shadowplay stops recording. Gamebar doesn't show the overlay. Action does slow it down, and some recordings, like I've got to stop this recording, start the game, then start the recording again because action stops the game working. OBS don't record the overlay from lossless scaling. Gamebar and goes up to 1080p. It's been absolute shit. This is a new version of lossless scaling. It's got a frame generation, which is what it does. It takes a frame before, just after it's been rendered, and it will then interpret one in between the frame that's just gone and the frame that's upcoming. So it puts a frame in the middle, making the games a lot smoother. On the first frame generation they had of this, they had a lot of ghosting effects, wouldn't work on VRR properly, and there was quite a few issues with it. And to be honest, it's bloody really good now. It is really such a good program, and it makes your games feel so much better. The main things you've got to do to get it to work, I've cracked this program myself, so you can just ask me for it on email. If you set it to LSFG, which is lossless scaling frame generation, clip cursor you can have on and off. So your clip cursor means the cursor will stay within the screen. Allow tearing, because you don't want to slow it down with this program. Draw frames per second. Not one of the programs I got action picks it up sometimes, the proper frames that it's actually generating, but MSI Afterburner doesn't do it properly. That doesn't pick it up. Gamebar don't pick it up. Shadowplay don't pick it up. And then most of them won't record the overlay which shows the frames per second, and some of them won't even capture it. And then you got capture API, which is DXGI, which is the best one. You can use WGC, but it's not as good, and GDI just cops things up. I haven't tried it without double buffering, but that's the basics they got. You want to resize before scaling, otherwise sometimes it will scale the screen in very weird formats. So that's all the settings you have to have it on. If I start this game, it won't start with action running, so I've got to start the game, and then see, just crashed, just sort of flash. And the other thing you got to remember is it'll only work on windowed or window borderless games. It will not work on full screen. But on this, like Batman, it won't work on windowed mode. It only works on windowed borderless. 90% of the other games I've tried, but I can't get it to record properly, it actually works on windowed or window borderless. It also works on RPCS3 and ryujinx and some emulators. And the most important thing you have to do is, if you've got 120Hz monitor, you have to put your games, limit them to 60 frames per second. And if you have a 60Hz monitor like I have, you've got to limit the games to 30 frames for it to work. And you may think that's a bit weird. I did at first, but it works bloody wonderfully. So a lot of games I use MSI Afterburner with Reaver Tuner Statistic Server. I've got some games I've tried it on already. Quantum Break, brilliant, works fantastic on that. And all you have to do is like Batman's in C users Mark P desktop games. So all you do is go to where the game's installed. Games, action adventure. Now I'll get a proper short open file location. It's actually in F Games Arkham Knight. Me being a dick. F Games Arkham Knight. Batman Arkham Knight. And you find the right exes. So that one be in binaries. Then you add it to the game. And here you've now added it. And what you do, you go to frame limit 30 frames per second, press enter. So that limits the game to 30 frames per second. I don't need that because I've actually done it in game. Because some games have got built-in limiters which you can use, or you can just use MSI Afterburner. So I've done it in game, I've just deleted that one. Now I'm going to have to stop the recording so I can record the game. So now I've started the game, I've got it in window mode. I'll have to change that to borderless window in a minute. So when the game is in a windowed state, 99% of the time it works in Windows fine, you don't need to have a borderless window. You can either go to scale, click on that and hit the window, then it will go to full screen using frame generation. Or I have it a simple way, you go to settings, and here you can add a hotkey. All you do is highlight it and go, like mine's Alt F. So when you're in game, you just press Alt F when it's in windowed state, then it'll go full screen and add frame generation. But first of all, I have to change, it's only this game I bound it on. I have to change to borderless window. Remember, it doesn't work on full screen. We're going to options, graphics options, windowed, no border. And it's always best if you have one slightly less resolution. See here, I've got my max frame rate of 30, and with the overlay, when I do it, you'll see it go up to 60. It should appear in the corner. It'll be quite hard to see because there's no scaling on it. Sometimes action will pick it up, sometimes it doesn't. So now I'm going to press Alt F. Action picked it up, you see. Jumped from 30 to 60. And it is actually at 60. But action's only set at 60 maximum, so. And there's hardly any input or latency as well. I've never noticed it so far. It seems to be better than any of the upscaling techniques so far. So if I press Alt F, just gone down to 30. Press Alt F again, and it's now just gone up to 60. And it is so much smoother. It really is so smooth. You won't notice it in the video. But it is damn sight smoother.
Gone crazy.
Guy's nuttier than any of them.
You know, I used to get a bit of lag on this. Oh, down again. But there's nothing.
Should find Penguin. Harry's recruiting.
So that's Batman, guys. Now I'll flick on to the next video in a second. Remember how to stop the video. Oh.
I ain't never had so much fun.
Right, this is another game where after launch the game before starting action, it's just fucking weird. This is one of my all-time favourite games. This is being my top 5, and I much prefer it than Control. So I've got it on. It's actually on 3264. You have to change this in the INI file, otherwise it doesn't work. And I've got it on windowed, because this one only goes up 1080p unless you change it in the INI file, which you can do. If anyone wonders, Quantum Break. You have to go into your user file, go into the INI file, and you have to change it within here in the actual resolution. Why they never fixed it, you know, when they pulled it out, it first came out on the Microsoft Store, and it was even worse on the Microsoft Store, and then he pulled it out on Steam, and it was a lot better, but still didn't sort out the resolution problems. Got pretty much everything on high and ultra. I'll go to continue. And this one's limited to 30 frames per second, even though without it being limited I can only get about 40, 42 at the most, and it's quite laggy. And this one takes a while to load because it's on a slow hard drive.
In the machine through time.
I've also got on
It's a fucking time machine.
clarity,
I'm going to be the
HDR,
first, and you're my witness.
adaptive
This is
sharpening,
crazy, Paul. I mean, this
global
can't be safe.
illumination,
What
ray
happens when-
Our
tracing,
team has already
screen
proved
space
it works in
directional
trial phase. It is
occlusion.
ready. We've passed every test, every inspection. We're about to make history, Jack. All you have to do
I can show you the
is hit that
before and
switch.
after. Oh, might have pressed the right keys, might it? So you can see the difference in colours and light and that, but it's still not that smooth.
It's time.
This is a lot
But
to
if I
take
press
in.
OF,
Give me a second.
the only thing you get a bit of hair glistening. I'll quickly turn off after. And this one doesn't like action, so you actually get a bit more lag through action. If I'm playing without action recording, you get it's a lot smoother. It looks juddery at the moment, but when I've turned off action, this one game it doesn't like.
The next part's on you.
But
Hit
you
the
see the
switch,
frame
it's ready to
difference.
go.
If I went onto OBS, then you'd see a hell of a lot of difference in the smoothness of the game. Because if I press save and recording, see, the video shadow play will not, don't try to record, it says save and recording. It's a pain in the ass. So that's how to use it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. I don't know if this will record it or not, but it's so much smoother now. You still got a bit of ghosting on it, as you can see. But you know, you might be able to tell there's no jutter.
Two minutes to the past.
Remember this moment.
But you can't see the overlay where it says 57 frames per second.
Paul, what? How?
It's fine.
See, look how crap that looks.
It's okay. Stay calm, Jack.
Stay calm.
That looks so much better.
There's two of you. You just fucking multiplied.
This is exactly what was supposed to happen. He's me, a future version of me from 2 minutes in the future.
So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. Right, this is the last game I'm gonna do with the frame generation. I've had problems with two games on my system. One was RoboCop, and the other one was Bright Memory Infinite. RoboCop, I'd be playing at 4K, no problems, high settings, then it suddenly dropped to 10 frames per second, lag out and do all sorts of weird shit and then crash. And I tried everything. I got over RoboCop by putting, instead of using DLSS, and I got an RTX 4070, I used XeSS, which somebody said about, and had no issues after that. And the other game is Bright Infinite Memory. I'd get 60 frames per second, not using all my RAM, and then after every like 5 minutes or so I'd get lagged down to like 7 or 8 frames per second. I'd have to pause the game, wait for it to build its frames per second up, and then carry on again. But with using lossless scaling, I have no problems with the game. I think I've had one in like half an hour. So obviously I've got it on window borderless. I got it on 3264 by 1836. What I could do, play it full screen to start with, and you'll see the lag hit after a while. Oh, I limited to 30 frames per second, that's right. It will probably seem to do it in a minute, if I don't die first. I'm seeing if it will do it at 30 frames per second or not. but it's not ideal to play
a
at this
strong
frame per
electromagnetic
second.
pulse wave is expected to hit in several minutes. Be ready for it.
Roger.
So if I hit OF now,
Get her! Shoot me! I'm gonna get this shit! Shoot her! Don't let her get away! Surround her!
let's see what a bit of lag then.
Shelia, how's the situation? Everything okay?
No problems here. Where's the next target?
There's a road just outside the temple, in the back. Head that way.
Who are you?
Beat me and I'll tell you.
You sound confident.
There's no escape. Come on! Bullets in the life of Phoenix. Come at me! Don't expect that gun to help you here. Did you really think you could win? Like that? Just can't hit me, eh? Time's up, that's all! Meet me at Drancom Pavilion in 1 hour.
Shelia, there's a hurricane closing
Yeah,
in.
then I
Evacuate
would
the
have
area.
loads of
Do I have a secure
loads
route?
of bloody free
You
drops
should
then.
be able to see a mountain from behind the temple. Head there.
Not perfect, but it's 100% better than what it was.
The hurricane!
So there you go, guys.
Don't look.
That's frame generation for you. And it does work well on so many games. I just can't get the recordings as well as I'd like. Not half as well as I'd like, but there you go. That's PC shit for you, isn't it?